Hey, I've never seen this fighting game before. I wonder what its name is. Oh, it doesn't matter because it's this shit again. Alright, what's up guys? It's your favorite middleman coming at you from a safe place on Mars. After watching Sargon's stream yesterday, I found that not a lot of them really could put much in terms of what Anita really lays out in this video. So I'm here to break it down, and let's just jump right in.
At their annual BlizzCon event in 2014, the wildly successful game studio Blizzard Entertainment showed off a new game they had in the works called Overwatch. And from that first reveal it was clear, the appeal of Overwatch resided in its cast of characters, a diverse assortment of heroes, each with unique traits and abilities.
I love Overwatch. The cast is really quite like TF2's, with each character being a caricature of their homeland that they represent. It's a game that requires diversity to best represent its cast. Now let's see how Anita gets angry at this one though.
The roster revealed at BlizzCon included men and women, sentient robots, and super intelligent gorillas.
Dicks out for Harambe.
However, for all the apparent variety and diversity in the heroes Blizzard showed off at the game's debut, there wasn't much diversity to be seen in the body types represented by the female heroes.
So basically, give me short chicks and give me a female road dog.
The male characters introduced that day included the towering knight Reinhardt, the sturdy engineer Torbjorn, the agile archer Hanzo, and the hulking simian scientist Winston, among others.
Notice how all of those characters are extremely physically fit?
The 5 female characters introduced consisted of the slender adventurer Tracer,
A skinny chick with an annoying voice, go on.
the slender healer Mercy,
A hot chick wearing nothing revealing, and this is actually the most PG outfit you could give her, but Anita is still never satisfied.
the slender support character Symmetra, the slender sniper Widowmaker,
Ass.
and the slender but well-armored security chief Farah.
How can you assume she's slender? Are you basing this off of Samus?
Overwatch was hardly alone in having all of its female characters share a similar physique. In Ultra Street Fighter IV, characters such as Dalsum, Hakan, E. Honda, Rufus, and Vega represent a significant range of male body types.
I'll just leave this here.
Looking at the roster of female characters, however, while some may be a bit taller than others or have slightly larger thighs,
Slightly larger thighs. In what world do Chun-Li's thighs count as slightly larger?
not one of them represents a notable departure from the slender body type that has been established as the standard of conventional female attractiveness.
Furthermore, you can easily see that some of the characters are more buff than others, probably reflecting their fighting style.
Similarly, when we look at the champions on offer in the hugely popular MOBA League of Legends, we see the designers employing a wonderful range of body shapes and proportions across dozens of male characters. From the classic muscular warrior physique of Taric, to the hefty beer belly of Gragas, to the cartoonishly disproportionate body of Dr. Mundo.
So body types range from gay guy, fat joke, and a purple Hulk. Men have so much variety.
There isn't any one male body type that is presented as the standard default male body type.
Except for muscular, and muscular.
And the value of these characters is definitely not connected to their sexual desirability.
Unless you're, muscular and stuff.
But when we look at the female heroes, there's nothing approaching the diversity we see on the male side of the roster. There are a few noteworthy variations from the standard. Illaoi is somewhat more muscular than many of the female characters.
Again, somewhat?
Jinx has smaller breasts, and
For someone who wants to look past a person's physique, you have a really good eye for ignoring a person's character, even one as insane as Jinx's.
there's the cute gnome like Tristana.
There you go, short people.
But the overwhelming majority of female characters make it clear that a slender figure with prominent breasts is viewed as the standard for female character design.
Just like muscular men is the standard for male characters, despite there being a few outliers. It's a two-way street, Anita.
Likewise, in Dota 2, male heroes can be handsome or comical, outlandish or grotesque, while female heroes are mostly relegated to being standard humanoid characters with conventionally attractive facial features.
I'm sorry, but in both categories there are characters that could be classified as not humanoid. The fact that one is ugly and the other isn't shouldn't be a problem with you, as I'm sure that you're going to be probably getting angry at the fact that a woman being portrayed as grotesque is a bad thing. That's foreshadowing.
Where are all the female rock creatures, skeletal priests, and whatever this thing is?
Actually, if you look at League of Legends, they do have some characters that are female, yet don't exactly look human. They're not conventionally beautiful.
This isn't just an issue in fighting games, MOBAs, and other titles that give players a range of characters to choose from. Female characters across the board are often limited to that same specific body type.
I should kill you. Doing all right there?
Oh, yes. A woman with a healthy figure wearing average clothing is absolutely unacceptable in my video games.
Stay away from her!
I don't know about you, but some of the characters just look like they seem like pretty strong female characters. Hell, some of them are even the lead character. Where were these games when you were making the argument that there weren't enough strong female leads in video games,
Sure you want to let him go?
Okay, yes, here's one that we can agree on. Yes, Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball is a game made primarily to sexualize women in the game. But guess what? It was made to be like that. Just like your vampire fantasy dating sims are made to sexualize men. That's what they're made for, however tasteless. Why are you still pissed off about Bayonetta? We've already shown that the artist, the person who made Bayonetta, is a female. What's the problem with a female making another sexually attractive female? I don't know.
And this guy wants me to trust him.
That last chick actually seemed super badass, okay? That was honestly my first impression, not, oh, she's super slim and sexy.
It's as if male characters are free to embody whatever physique best communicates their personality or abilities, but when it comes to the designs of female characters, that kind of imagination and creativity often doesn't seem to exist.
So Chun-Li's massive thighs don't reflect her specific fighting style, one that mainly focuses on kicks and attacks with her legs. Gotcha.
Rather than seeing such an exciting range of female characters, we mostly get the same body type over and over again, one designed to be sexually appealing to the presumed straight male player.
Gotta make sure I say straight. I don't get any Macintosh points if I add bisexual people or even lesbian and bisexual females in the mix.
This reliance on the same body type for so many female characters isn't just boring, it's harmful. It links our value as human beings within the culture to our desirability to men, and it reinforces our culturally influenced ideas about who gets to be considered desirable and who doesn't.
Yeah, that's what's called a preference. People have it. Most people find physically fit and slender women to be attractive. Others find larger women to be attractive. It's entirely subjective, Anita.
The problem is exacerbated by the fact that when we do see representations of women with different body types, they're often presented as a joke, as in Fat Princess.
A joke. There it is. You see, Anita, the pendulum swings both ways. You don't see fat people in video games shown as a good thing, usually. You see them as caricatures. Characteristics of these people being made, like, over the top for comedic effect. Take Roadhog from Overwatch, for example. He certainly isn't a serious character, but is charming and fun all the same. Just look at the little piggy tattoo on his belly. Adorable.
Or they're pathologized and presented as a twisted transgression of the established feminine ideal, as in the case of the evil lesbian psychopath Joe Slade in Dead Rising.
Let's see just how shameless you are, you dirty little skank. Say hello to my little friend.
No, not again!
Yes, Anita, they're being portrayed in a way that is over the top and grotesque. When you reach the 600 and 700 pound mark, that tends to be the view. It's unhealthy and is generally associated with that. Just look at the Jabba the Hutt.
When the majority of women who populate these game worlds are designed from the same narrow template, the problem isn't just what we're seeing in games, it's what we're not seeing. The fact that fat women and women with different body shapes aren't featured in these worlds reinforces the false notion that these women are less valuable and less worthy of recognition than those women whose bodies come closer to matching the cultural beauty standard.
And when they're added, they're just joke characters. We've covered this, moving on.
These limitations on creativity when it comes to female characters don't stop with body type. We also don't see the same range of ages commonly represented as we do with male characters. It's not unheard of to see male soldiers, fighters, and heroes who appear to be in their 40s, 50s, and even older.
You're right.
And despite being over 50, as you say, still look young. Take away the gray hair and Snake looks like he did 20 years ago. And as for the there's no older ladies in video games, here's Marlene from The Last of Us. a game you decided to use just earlier to try and prove your point.
Playable female characters, on the other hand, are almost always young, and it's for the same reason that so many of them have the same body type. They're intended to be sexually appealing to straight male players. The result is that we have plenty of representations of male characters who communicate that men can continue to be active, vital, and powerful over the course of their lives.
Marlene.
Meanwhile, the absence of older playable female characters wrongly suggests that women's value is tied directly to their beauty and youth, and that when they're older, that value is all used up. There aren't many good examples of prominent positive representations of women with different body types in major contemporary games. In Life is Strange, there's the minor character Alyssa, a classmate of Max, the protagonist.
I didn't know you were a sci-fi geek like us. What's your favorite?
In Assassin's Creed Syndicate, there's Agnes McBean, owner of the train which becomes the hero's base of operations.
Then may I present to you Agnes and Bertha, lady and locomotive.
And in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, Kreia is a great example of a capable, powerful, older female character.
I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine.
Alright, let's take a step back. 5 seconds of thinking produced a strong female, short and fat lady in a video game for you, just for you. Let's meet Frida, a dwarf in the popular MMO RuneScape. Frida helps you in a few quests, and is best known for kicking her husband's ass and giving him a sandwich to make up for it. If that isn't a strong female character with a different body type, I don't know what is.
Let's go back to Overwatch for a moment. Since that initial reveal, a few female heroes have been added to the roster. There's Mei and Zarya, both of whom have body types that are notably different from those of the originally announced female characters.
Anna, reporting for duty.
And more recently, Blizzard announced the game's next hero, Anna, who's both an older woman and a woman of color.
That's bonus Macintosh points and oppression points, and I wonder why they added these characters. Maybe because some people were nagging the developers to no end.
These characters are welcome and encouraging additions, but really they're just a start. Game developers need to continue actively working towards creating the same range and diversity of female body representations that we see among male characters. When female characters' bodies are liberated from the need to uphold narrow, limiting cultural beauty standards, the resulting range of representations can not only make games themselves more interesting, it can encourage us to see all women as the desirable, valuable, autonomous, fully human individuals that we are.
Because all women are self-loathing, sensitive creatures that need acceptance or they will fall apart. Stop putting women in a bubble and coddling them. They aren't babies. And also, saying all men like slender females that are mostly common in video games is ridiculous. I myself prefer a woman with more muscle, and I know a certain Sargon who can agree with me on that. In the end, Anina, no, women are not shown in a way that to be ogled by men in all video games. Men have preferences in the people they are attracted to, just like women have preferences in people they are attracted to. Women are also shown in games as human beings, each having strengths and weaknesses that are reflected by their bodies and their characteristics. You need to stop nitpicking everything at face value and sit down and enjoy the game. Maybe you'll find yourself relating with one of the characters you shame, just like other gamers, male and female alike. Good night, everyone.